Welcome to Discover Art from the Allentown Art Museum. I'm your host and teacher, Miss Nicole. In Discover Art, we'll tour the museum learning amazing things about art. Today we're going to be learning about the life and artwork of Sandro Botticelli, his friends, and his muse, Simonetta Vespucci. Then we'll see and hear an opera written by composer Larry Lipkis that is inspired by Sandro Botticelli and Simonetta Vespucci. I'll explain more about operas later. Sandro Botticelli was an early Renaissance artist that lived in the 15th century. He is famous today because he was a very talented painter. Botticelli's most famous painting is The Birth of Venus. Botticelli lived over 500 years ago, but we still know a lot about him and his life. Simonetta Vespucci was a woman that inspired Botticelli to create artwork. Simonetta became Botticelli's muse. A muse is a person that becomes an artist's inspiration. If you have ever drawn a portrait of someone you care about, they were like a muse. Artists often look at the people they love or care about when they make art. Botticelli made a lot of paintings. His paintings often showed scenes from Roman mythology. In some of his artwork, we can see a woman that could be Simonetta. When an artist has a muse, they often show up in artwork over and over again. Simonetta was Botticelli's inspiration and an important part of his art, but she was also a person that had thoughts, ideas, and a life of her own. We don't know a lot about Simonetta, but we do know that she was known for her beauty and her friendship with many people. Simonetta and Botticelli lived over 500 years ago in the early Renaissance in Florence, Italy. Florence was where the Renaissance began. The Renaissance was a time where artists had new ideas and experimented with new art forms. You may have heard of Leonardo da Vinci, who was a famous artist of the Renaissance and is known for his paintings, including the Mona Lisa. Botticelli was good friends with Leonardo da Vinci. They even owned a restaurant together named the Inn of the Three Frogs. Botticelli and da Vinci were Renaissance painters. Let's take a look at a work of art here at the Allentown Art Museum that was made during the Renaissance. This is the Adoration of the Shepherds by Giovanni Agostino da Lodi. Renaissance paintings usually feature rich, earthy colors and focus on religious or mythological imagery. This painting features a scene from the Bible and shows the shepherds visiting the baby Jesus. This person in green is playing a lute or a classical instrument like a guitar. Look at the expressions on everyone's faces. How do you think the lute music sounds? We'll learn a little bit more about the lute soon when we hear a sneak peek of Simonetta. We are going to experience Simonetta. Simonetta is an opera inspired by Simonetta and Botticelli's relationship and written by composer Larry Lipkis. Operas are a type of theater performance or play that features musical instruments and singing. There are a few different kinds of opera singers. Soprano singers are usually women and have the highest voices. Alto singers can be men or women and sing in the middle of the range. Tenor singers are usually men and have lower voices. Operas also use instruments. Today we're going to hear a lute. Lutes are similar to guitars. You're also going to hear a piano. Now we're going to listen to two songs from Simonetta. The first song we're going to hear is a duet between Simonetta and Botticelli.
Create in me a pure heart, O Lord. Renew my faith, renew to me the joy of holiness and blot out my iniquity. Mend the broken bones and sing joy, sing joy to my ear again. Then from my lips bring my song of righteous life, that I will sing for sinners, that they might know your goodness. Do not despise me. Do not despise me. Build your walls of Jerusalem, that they will offer sacrifices upon your altar, that they shall offer sacrifices upon your altars.
I'd like to introduce our composer, Larry Lipkis.
I'm so happy to be here today to introduce scenes from my opera with the characters Botticelli, Simonetta, his model, and his apprentice, Pino.
Today we learned about the life and art of Sandro Botticelli and his relationship with Simonetta. We learned about Florence, Italy, and the Renaissance. We saw parts of an opera and learned about opera singers and historical instruments. Artists form friendships and relationships with the people around them. Think of somebody who inspires you to create art.